Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Bearded Customs Fixed Cup Series. Here tonight, new sponsorship for our Fixed Cup Series. Alongside of me tonight is Will. Good evening, Will.
Good evening, Brian, and everyone at home and watching wherever you may be.
Yes. Fixed side of things tonight. Unfortunately, we had to move. We got asked to move it to Friday, but our normal days are
Thursdays.
Thursdays. So next week, unfortunately, I will not be here, so there will be no broadcast on Thursday. So I'm very sorry. I have a personal obligation to take care of that. But the matter of fact is, we're here tonight to bring you guys the opening season of the Fix series. Will, we're here at Daytona again.
Yes, illustrious, legendary, just whatever other famous word you would like to think of besides those to think of Daytona International Speedway, Super Speedway, whatever you would like to call it, Speedway, Daytona. Some call it Daytona Super Speedway, others call it Daytona International Speedway, what it's normally called. But anyway, yes, track originally built in 1959 to get off of the highway slash beachfront racing there for many years, and then Bill France, along with his backers, purchased the land and made this beautiful facility, which we still race at to this very day, and that we're here today. Been through two different repaves. The first repave happened in 78, I believe. 77, 78. And then the second repave happens in 2010, I believe. Either 2010, 2011. But anyway, lots of famous races, as we all know, most of them Daytona 500s. Some have been, pretty famous July races as well, photo finishes and what have you in those races. Of course, Richard Petty's famous 200th win came here with the Ronald Reagan Firecracker 400 as well, back in 1984. But a lot of memorable things has happened here at Daytona. This is normally predominantly where every league is to start their season off, since that's what NASCAR does, is start their season off at Daytona with the Daytona 500, or also the preliminary races leading up to that event, the ARCA race or the truck race, the Xfinity race. There was a convertible series that was also held, for a handful of years, and that was one of the series that got to race before the 500. The Busch Clash used to get held here. I would love to see it get brought back here to be held at Daytona yet again. If I'm not mistaken, 32 degrees of banking here, both sets of turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I believe I believe there's 16 degrees of banking in the tri-oval without having to look at anything. I'm trying to remember all of this offhand, or off of memory. 2.5 mile in length facility here, track, and just an outstanding, beautiful facility that you could play football in the infield there if you wanted to. But getting the starting grid here.
Yep.
A lot of. Go ahead.
I was going to go over the race information, then in grid, then we'll get back to you. So you see here we're at Daytona. It's a 2.4 mile track. Current weather outside is 72 degrees. Humidity 45%, cloudy with a 6 mile per hour wind. They get 75% fuel, 200 miles, 4 sets of tires, 0 quick fix, and 3 attempts at a green white checkered. Now, to go over the starting grid here. So P1 will have Phillip Bridgman, P2 would be Sammy Archibald, P3 would be Aaron Bradford, P4 would be Tyler Myers, P5 would be Robert Amaral, P6 would be Jaden Sanchez.
I went shopping, Eddie.
Sorry about that. P7 would be Paul Lawson, P8 would be Joe Stipe, P9 would be Eric Cordero, P10 would be Jason Pearson, P11 would be Clint Havold, P12 would be Josh Small, P13 would be Brandon Moore, P14 would be Chris Campbell, P15 will be Pete Woodrum, P16 would be Cameron Smith, P17 would be Austin Moore, and P18 would be Randy Busquet. That was my apologies on that delay there. So
You're all good, Brian.
I got 18 tonight. Pretty average. Good start. Everybody else forgot today was the day we raced, but that is alright. Communication does happen, so. You watch the drivers roll off. We come up front here. You got Bridgman and Archibald. And then we have Bradford and Tyler Myers. It's a sharp looking 8 paint. Like I said, a new sponsor here, Bearded Customs. Let me put description there. Check him out. He designs everything for whatever you want leathered. He can do it. So go ahead and check out his stuff. It's pretty cool. He can do a lot of things, suits and shoes and anything you want, he can leather it. So that is always good to put that right there in the link there, so everybody can check him out. Give him a follow. Chris Campbell, driver to 68, but he's in the 38 here. The TikTok, he's got TikTok and everything else that you can check him out on. So, well, Will, getting ready to take the green flag here.
Yes, to start what would be the Thursday series here, and to be in our Cup Series, which is going to be the fixed side of things. Phillip Bridgman leading them away on the drop of the green flag. Everybody getting up to speed. 18 strong here this evening. Like you said, some probably lost in the confusion, or others just plumb forgot. So already, oh my, that's gonna be that's gonna be a wild ride for whoever that was.
Jaden.
Oh well.
There's your first caution.
Oh, you're kidding me. He didn't, like, quick. He could have Bruh. Alright, and the drinking game has begun for anyone at home who would like to do the same. Well, Brian, I can say I guess we've all kind of done that a time or two as far as missed timing.
Yep.
But man, Jaden really does that way too much as far as mistiming something. You know, he's going to learn eventually one of these days. He's going to learn one day. Probably once he gets past that age of 20, he'll finally learn.
But first caution.
All these mistakes keep adding up.
Aggressive on the
already.
start.
Yeah, so aggressive. Just trying to follow the line in front of him. I believe the 8 and the 21. Who's in the 8? My apologies. I don't see the timing and scoring. Myers. Okay, so Myers is in the 8, so he was trying to just follow Myers. They had a good run going, but unfortunately just was probably what would you say, a half a foot from being fully clear from Bridgman whenever he dashes across the nose. Trying to follow the 8 of Myers, yes. Trying to get by.
Yes, Caleb. Jaden cleared himself once again. Yes. Nice to see you out there. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But yes, Caleb, he cleared himself, and that's very unfortunate here at these tracks. So just gotta be aware. You gotta listen to your spotter, and I know it's harder with these cars. That was almost bad for that whole backpack. That could have ended a lot of people's race. Especially Josh.
Is there any fast repairs tonight?
No, they get no fast repairs in the Cup cars.
No fast repairs in either Cup series. So, that was a big zoinks moment for everybody back there watching, a fellow competitor dart back up that 2-degree banking, Brian. That was a big, probably stomach and mouth moment for sure, or heart and mouth, whichever part of the or whichever body part you would prefer to have in your mouth while you're trying not to, have it there. But,
we'll come back.
You never want to feel sick to your stomach so early into a race, or, make, not necessarily feel that way, but also make mistakes so early either.
But so as we see here, he's following Tyler, which I just would assume the outside lane. His spotter's saying car inside, but then
more than likely,
and then
has to be saying car inside, has to be. But I'm just surprised you got all this time to be clicking like what's the buttons to click just return to pit or whatever. Like he could have done that possibly fast enough, maybe he had a long ride ahead of him. He could have probably clicked, but
and this is
no,
this was close. This could have ended Josh right here, but oh man,
barely able to avoid what turned out to be a stationary Jaden.
It was close. That could have been bad for Josh.
All parties involved.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even get a full lap under our belts. If you think about it, Brian didn't even completely get off the back straightaway.
No, sir, we didn't.
I really like that Sonic car. Just it really sucks. It's just like a concept car thing, if I'm not mistaken. But Man, really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, the lights are off on the pace car, Will. Pace car is going to dart off, and Tyler Myers is going to lead the field to the green flag.
Well, Tyler chose that outside lane. He's going to have, who's in the 20? My apologies.
21 is Sammy Archibald.
No, in the 20.
Oh, Aaron Bradford.
Okay, yeah, Archie was the leader. Okay. Long time to go here. I would just suspect everybody's just going to want to try to get in line and ride here. Estimated fuel tonight between 27 to 30 laps on a full tank. So just have to wait and see.
Oh yeah. So well, they're pushing extra early, very hard, and it's only lap 5. So see there, Jaden's back down the pits. Philip Lane. Laying a bumper to Sammy. Oh, and right behind him, right behind these three here, Will, it is the 4 of Joe, the 13 of JP. You should feel up off center, going to slide up off the back bumper of that 21 of Sammy Archibald. Aaron Bradford's going to stay down on the bottom lane, work with Sammy there, as Philip and Joe are going to try to attempt to take the outside there. But Bradford down there on the bottom, sticking it with Sammy Archibald. Yeah. Oh, there's that second pack way back there. I'm like, what the heck's that? Second pack. You see the 8 and the 4 side by side here, Will, with the 4 trying to side draft the 8 to stall that inside momentum down. That's the 79 of Eric Porter there. On the bottom lane, getting ready to pass the 48. The 2 is going to come with him here. Take P6 away from Philip. And Philip's going to drop down and leave Joe Stipe hanging out to dry there.
That backpack really just trying to get away from all that excitement early on, it looks like, perhaps, Brian. As this front part of the field really racy, trying to just stick with one another, stay together.
Oh yeah, single file.
You have the field. Oh, for sure, the field is completely divided. That's for sure, over those 2 groups, like you talked about.
You see Robert Amaral there moving up to P8, and again by Paul Lawson there, and Joe Stipe gets shuffled out to the top there, going to fall back down to the inside lane, get lined up with the 48 there. You see Robert Amaral and Lawson to the outside, as Philip is going to make the pass on the inside there. Still up front, no change yet, Will. Sammy Archibald, Aaron Bradford. Now you see JP jumping to the outside with Tyler Myers there. Those 2 are trying to get the outside lane rolling there to try to attempt to get by Sammy there, but as long as that bottom lane stays connected in line, then they should be good. but the bottom pack has a lot more numbers than the outside lane does.
I want to say they have about at least 3 more than the outside. Outside only has 4, so... there's 6 on the bottom.
Nice to see you, John. Thank you for coming out. You see there, Austin Moore has made it back out after they were working very hard on his car wheel to get his pedals adjusted and ready to go. Unfortunately, he's 12 laps down at the moment, so...
If I'm not mistaken, he did talk earlier in the week about maybe this race just mainly being a test session for him to try to get acquitted to the new pedal set he was getting, so... working on that.
Yes, sir, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, you're good. Yep, Jason Pearson going to the lead, attempting to take it away from Archie. He's got help from Myers behind, so... 4-car train above. Like we talked about, taking it to the front.
They got that outside rolling now, Will. I think they're about even with cars. Yes, they're even. So, but the outside lane is carrying most of the momentum. So, you see Jason, Tyler Myers, and Robert all on the outside there. Oh.
Bradford going, yep. Now Robert coming down to the bottom, perhaps trying to make a run on the 2 leaders, but, having a bit of trouble. Who is that?
That would probably
Awesome.
be the 42, yes. That's one thing I can say for sure. You do not want to be in that sucker hole, Will, because you would just fall like a rock. And unfortunately, Bradford is now at that tail end of that field. He's going to absolutely have no help. So he will fall back to Campbell, which they are almost 9 seconds behind his pack here. So Bradford's just pacing at the moment. So he'll get linked up with that 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th place. No, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. So
Yeah, that's Campbell, Brandon Moore, Josh Small, and Cameron Smith.
Oh!
Second caution perhaps coming here of the evening.
No, he's got a broken wheel. Tyler Myers' wheel is broke. Let's see if we go back and see that real quick.
Did everybody avoid him?
Find out.
I mean like the line of cars that was coming.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Oh, a lot of neck
Oh,
there.
that was some janky net code.
Yeah, but he pulled off and still got her going. Very unfortunate.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. They said, what paint scheme is Austin in? Here you go.
Oh, he's in the Help me out.
Tyler Reddick's Nasty Munster Beast.
Yeah, Daytona 500 car, yes. Thank you. I was trying to think of the short little guy's name for the life of me, and I could see his face, but his name was just not coming out. So, Sammy Archibald going back for the lead. He's got help from, okay, that's Jaden. So Jaden is 2 laps down here, being amongst the leaders. That's going to make them feel wonderful. So, Joe Stipe in that bottom lane. He's got Robert right there behind him. JP has got to the back of the line.
Oh, that was about nasty again.
This front pack only has 8 cars in it. 7 are on the lead lap. The 22 Hunt Brothers Pizza car is 2 laps down. And then, as we have talked about 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds back is the second group that has, Campbell and others. And this is that group back there that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Campbell, Brandon, Josh, Cameron, Aaron, and
Woodrum could possibly go to the lead if Jaden could just keep the car straight in front of him. Woodrum could possibly use him to propel into the lead. That looks like what's going on.
Yeah, that looks like exactly what happened there. So Woodrum now up front here, Will.
And Jaden only 1 lap down currently, but not in that lucky dog position at the moment. He's got to get past the 31.
That's now Randy. Falls 1 lap down there. As Sammy looks to go to the outside lane there.
Yeah, Sammy just has no help at the moment. I say that, and Joe goes to that high lane to give a helping hand, but just no takers, really. Only 60 laps remaining now, Brian.
Yes, sir. John, me and Will are doing very good. Thank you. Oh, boy.
I think we probably should have had 2 cautions in this race by now, Brian, but unfortunately I'm not a race director. Hold on to your pants there, Paul.
Yeah, that was about,
I know who it was at first, so that's why
that was JP Blinken.
I had to double check. Yeah, JP had an awful blinky night tonight. Robert now taking to the outside lane, trying to do something amongst the 3 leaders. Got to remember that 22 car not on the lead lap.
Yes, Tyler, that's very unfortunate. You did. You will have called that, but fortunately, it is what it is. Keep your head high, fix it, go back out there, and try to finish your race. Because you never know what could happen. And you still have a whole nother day tomorrow of Daytona, so hopefully tomorrow will go a little bit better for you. But tomorrow it'll be Will and Chris up in the booth on a 1-5 Studios broadcast there, so you can check them out for tomorrow night's festivities here at Daytona. So Will, we'll jump back up to the front here. So these boys were getting about 30 to 32 laps of fuel.
27 to 30 laps.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was a little bit off. My apologies.
You're good.
So you see there, Woodrum is gonna save as much gas as he can riding behind that one lapper down of Jadon Sancho. Yes, Caleb, Jaden's leading the front pack here. He's got the leader right behind him. So, yeah, it's going to be a little interesting here. So, we'll see how this plays out. So, $24 of 80 in the books. Woodrum back up to the front. Well, that backpack slowly, ever so slightly coming.
Well, this front pack still wants to keep being racy. You know, don't blame them whatsoever. Everybody trying to lead a lap. Every point matters. Every point counts in this type of point system. You know, no playoffs. So whatever points you can manage to scrap throughout a race to get is what you get, right, Brian? So it pays to, you know, lead a lap, lead the most laps, maybe have the fastest lap, who knows, but yeah, that kind of laid back, determined just to log laps group a little bit further back, yes, they are actually indeed taking chunks out of this lead group for sure, Brian.
Oh yeah. They got it going, whatever they're doing.
And that's all because this front group is being racy, though. Joe Stipe trying to take back the point away from Woodrum, who's been leading thanks to staying behind Jadon Sanchez in the 22.
As you see here, Will, they are lined up the correct way. They're single file. They're doing bumps as they need it. And that is going to get you caught back up a lot faster. They were literally like 6 seconds back, or 8. I can't remember which one it was. Now they're about almost down to 2.5 seconds. So.
Well, everybody, whenever you're just cruising, logging laps in a line, everybody has to know their role. And that's what it boils down to. The person in second place be the pusher of the person leading. That person in third only pushes when he has to. Everybody has to know their role in these types of situations, events, races, and throughout the event.
So Joe Stipe, look at that wonderful sunset there on the back. So Jadon's giving a shot to the 21. Let's get Sammy
yes,
back
Archie
to the front of the pack, and they're pulling away. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Archie got a good run and was able to make it and break it down in front in that bottom lane in front of Jadon Sanchez. They've got that tandem, and they are gone, man. Looks like a COT race. They're gone.
A lot of people, on the official races too, they've been doing that. 2 cars were beating 4 cars on the bottom, so just the nature of the beast.
At least you didn't say what I thought you were going to say.
I know.
So.
And now just like that, Will, Jadon was probably getting hot. Oil temp rising behind the 21, laying it to him, which now brought the 2 back up closer. That's why I'm saying the bumps are the easiest way to go. Because that's what's going to matter, Will, on that last lap. If you lay bumpers too long, your oil temp's going to rise and your water temp. So, and then that's going to stall you guys out. And then now that big pack, whoever it is behind you, is going to get that massive run back up towards the front.
And at the time being, because these guys up here in the front part of the field got in line, stopped racing side by side with one another, that second group is just kind of stalled out. So they're about 3.5 seconds, and that's just kind of where they haven't really gained or lost anything, so just kind of been staying around that point. So 6-car breakaway at the front of the field, 7 if you include the 22. Like we said, not on the lead lap. He is at any given time 2 laps down.
So 30 laps in the books, Will, out of 80. That backpack is coming. So...
yeah, slowly but surely, gradually, because another thing, even though this front group, they're not, side by side racy anymore, they're not really organized. They're not sticking together. If they would stick together, they could maintain a gap and maybe pull away, but as we see here, a lot of it probably has to do with some are probably being uber conservative more than others whenever it comes to just conserving fuel, perhaps. Everybody's trying to meet their own number, but what we normally either like to call like the stragglers or just like the right around group, for sure they have caught back up.
Yep,
almost. No doubt. Yep. I was about to say we should see a pit window open, and it for sure has. And everybody in the front part of the field coming into pit. That second group has stayed out.
Something has happened to Brandon. Well, oof, that's probably going to hurt. Hopefully everything is alright with Brandon. So Joe Stipe, I believe, had the fastest stop at the moment, 12.6. Now here comes the second pack pitting in. Nice and easy as they get going with that. Back up here with, so Sammy and Bridgman got a gap at the moment, so they must have hit their stops right or something, because those two are gone.
Yes, they're definitely working together.
But those
to some capacity.
Those two ain't gonna be able to stop this big pack right here once they get linked up. So. So right now this is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Is it still raining in the truck race?
I do believe so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I pulled up the broadcast because it, anywho. I figured you probably stopped.
No,
keeping an eye on it.
Oh, it took me for some reason. But
I know the Fox apps. They're terrible. Yeah, everybody trying to get back up to speed now after making a live green flag action pit stop here. You love to see it, don't you, Brian? So.
Oh, absolutely. Well, truck race back me.
Really?
Yeah.
Sam Archibald and Philip Bridgman. 5.5 second lead over Christopher Campbell. In 3rd place, leading the rest of the field.
But Will, these boys got to get linked up and ready to go there for sure. If they want to go up there and try to have something for Sammy and blah, 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 Phillip. There you go. I was trying to figure it out. I wonder if they ever gotten that license for that.
No, not yet. Anyway, so Campbell, we got JP's blinking again, so that could be like Myers. They could have net coded again. So man, that's hate to see that. So
yeah, I think that's what's going to stall out this backpack here, Will. If
gonna see at least. Go ahead.
I said, if anything, I'm going to ask JP to go ahead and step out of line real quick, just like that, and then fall in behind there and get in line. They don't want to waste too much time. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, this is wrecked. But get lined back up and get ready to go up there and run down that front pack there. Very unfortunate because JP never lags this much. He's a hell of a racer. Likes to compete. He just wants to do good. That's literally just like all of us will. Even on the console side of things. Lagging issues were brutal. We know that. Unfortunately, that is just the nature of the beast. It's like playing any game, really. Uh-oh, there comes that second pack. Well, the third pack, might as well say. And they went to the outside. I probably just would have stayed in line behind all these guys. Because now you're going to stall out, and those front two are pulling on this backpack here. Well,
yeah, now, like you said, that outside lane kind of getting stalled out to a certain degree. Don't quite have the numbers, but still going to try to make something of this run, no matter the might. I went to go load up the Fox Sports app. You said Vicious crashed, then they went to commercial as soon as I didn't even get to see a replay, man.
you see there, they left Robert out. Emerald out with JP, so hopefully they can figure out what's going on back here, and because they are losing so much time, Will. There you go. Now they're all lined back up. Well, John, NASCAR Heat, I don't know if their servers are still going. I think they are. I'm not too sure.
Heat 5, there's still servers up, yes. I don't know about Heat 4 or Heat 3. I'm pretty sure they shut them down on 3. 4, I don't know, but 5, yes, there's still leagues that operate and run on NASCAR Heat 5.
But now I think they've figured it out, because now they're ever so slightly chipping away. Well, next time by we'll do our crank it up section of the night. Be about halfway.
Yeah, we didn't surprisingly get to do that in the truck race, because every time we thought we were going to get to step away, they just managed to wreck again. So, yeah.
So guys, once this backpack gets across the line here, we'll give you guys the sounds of these next gen cars, and we'll let you enjoy. Here we go.
Call them next gen.
I know, or gen, what are they, 6, 7, 6?
7.
Alright, here's the sounds of the Gen 7s. All right. Come back here right on board with Robert tomorrow. Now, Will, this second pack gotten very big now with all these cars now riding single file. Are they going to have enough to get up to Phillip in them? Or,
I mean, they should have, you know, enough. If this is not enough cars to run down to, you know,
unless they got
Archibald and
up there with them.
well, they could.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Well, they have a few. There's a total of 5 up here. If it goes caution free, you know, we're just over halfway done with this race. So it could go caution free from here on out. And if you think about it, Archibald and Bridgman could settle it amongst themselves here with the strategy that they have amongst those two compared to where the rest of the field is. You know, just over 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds back. Surprisingly, how they have not been able to run down just a few cars up here. Got the 42 of Lawson, then the 22 of Sanchez, then your race leader Archibald, then Bridgman, and trying to think or see who else was in that 5-car front pack, the pack here.
Lawson, Cordair, Sanchez.
Okay, Cordair.
They are losing so much time.
I'm not too sure why or what the reason is behind it, but
Josh ended up
they
stepping
are
out, or he must have got a bad bump, and then that I was talking about.
So, pretty mild-mannered race so far. 1 caution, probably could have had 2, like we said, but 1 has only sufficed.
Yeah, but you got Aaron Bradford Will leading this second pack here. You have Cameron Smith just hanging out here behind Robert Amaral. Look at that truck race, boy. That looks. Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing at the time that these guys are losing, like why they're losing so much ground with how organized they act. Like they looked pretty organized.
I would say so. Yeah, they did. Well, they're not that far off now. They're starting to reel them in little by little. It'll just be a matter of time before they figure out who needs to be where, but you don't want to wait too long.
Oh no, you never want to wait too long to try to run back down a gap to a pack or even a duo that is just up there, but they're having help from some lap cars like we've seen. So in total they have a 5-car group, but this group back here just can't either seem to find the speed or stay organized or like we said, we can't quite put our finger on it, but
There goes Bradford. Bradford gets shuffled out. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Get tucked back in. Daytona, well, Daytona is it can be a very fun track if you know how to get around it and who you really trust to push you.
Push you, hold a pretty wheel in front of you, to have the smoothest line possible around here. Here in Talladega, even the resurfaced Atlanta, you just want to have the steadiest pretty wheel possible. And like you said, who you want to trust to be in your drafting group or in your core group with you of drivers that they're going to be making moves with you.
Absolutely. Well, I do agree with you. Look at that.
You did it to me the other night. I got to do it to you tonight. Emergency bathroom break, real quick.
As you see here, the 38. Sorry, the 68. Up front now, they are now ever so slightly chipping away. They're starting to lose some ground here. So they should be coming up on some green flag pit stops. You see Josh giving a good shot to Campbell. Keep Campbell up there. "25 laps to go here this time by. So after tonight's race, these drivers will head to Michigan. Unfortunately, I will not be here for that. I am going to be out of state to head up to New Jersey. So there they go. They figured something out. So Aaron Bradford oh boy, as they get squirrely, 23 laps to go here as they cross the line. They are given the correct shots when needed. But the problem is you do not want to push too hard. Because then you either wreck the car, wreck the person in front of you, cause a collision, and then you get to go home for the night. Because once again, those who are tuning in, we do 0 quick fixes. So once you wreck, that is it, your car is done. So the objective is to survive the biggin. So
All right.
So they got 22 laps to go. They are
Ever hold your
they're ever so slowly running that pack down. They figured out who needs to be where from the way it looks.
sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to figure out who needs to be where in your line. Faster cars or guys who can hold the line the best up front. That's normally how it's always been, normally how it will always be. Nothing against, the guys further back in the pack or in a group, but sometimes, like we talked about earlier in the show, that know your role, know your place type of thing, it truly applies to pack racing.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Will. So these drivers are coming in on 20 to go. Ooh. So this front pack is now pitting.
And this will be our final pit stop of the evening as well.
Yep, so that will cycle that second pack out to the front.
It's about to be that for sure crunch time, that money time, that you got to be making moves if you haven't been trying already. We do know that the Bridgman and Archibald duo had a decent gap to the field. They were slowly getting ran down though.
Now the problem is can this group get down the pit road all together and leave together? Because when all those guys get linked up there, that's it. They're back out to the front.
You really need drafting partners. Getting on and off of pit road here, very crucial, critical.
And now this whole second pack is going to be pulling off. Just like that. Here comes this pack here, and those drivers just get settled out. Not too bad, just about roughly right where they would be at.
Yeah, not big gains, not big losses like you're talking about probably where they would be.
But all these drivers need to get lined up. Well, 17 laps left. They're gonna do something. They have to get. They got to figure it out now and get it going.
Most definitely, they need to get organized if they have any hope whatsoever to chase down, the leaders of the race.
So you see there, they let Brandon in behind Campbell. See if they can get this figured out. $16 to go. Next week, well, these drivers will be at Michigan. Unfortunately will not be here. That's such a great track. That's very upsetting. That's going to be a great race. So John says, what's your prediction of this race for you guys? As in, do you think we'll get another caution or...
Well, that's hard to tell. Don't know if we will get another caution or not. You almost hope to see it to spice up the racing because you almost don't think this group will be able to run down, the leaders or not. But if they have enough time, time will do tell. But
that's what I'm talking about. Those bumps, you really don't want to try to push the pusher too much. It's very unfortunate for Bradford. Bradford fell off a lot.
Yeah, something occurred, whether it was, don't know what it was, just fell way down that totem pole.
So Cameron is almost 2 seconds back from first. Sorry, I drew a blank for a moment. But Cameron Smith also does have some help, so. $13 laps to go this time by Will.
This has been a fairly mild-mannered race, like I said before. Only seen that one caution at the beginning of the race. After that, it was fairly tamed. We do have a handful of drivers, one or more laps down, all the way from 10th down to 10th down to 15th place. One lap down, so or more.
But now these guys are starting to catch that little small second pack there. I just don't think they have enough time.
Nope, not enough time at all unless, Bridgman and Archibald take each other out on the last lap. If they get real decisive and creative and try to take each other out like you have seen highlight reel footage of the 1979 Daytona 500 or the 1976 Daytona 500 with Richard Petty and David Pearson coming down to the stripe out of turn 4 and they take each other out. You have, like I just said, the 79 Daytona 500 with Cal Yarborough and Donnie Allison, both start to lean on each other and beat and bang coming out of turn 2. What is this race going to be in store in the final 11, might as well say 10 and a half laps of this race?
Ten laps to go, Will. You see, they are now starting to push like hell now, Will. I said, it's go time now. I am giving you every shot, so hold it pretty, Will, and figure something out, because they are now got 9 laps to go, Will.
There's 9 laps to figure something out here.
Well, this pack now caught that third place pack there of Cameron, who was leading that second pack, so this is the third pack. Eight to go, as now Chris Campbell is looking to sniff the tail end of this pack right here. The problem is, Will, do you get linked up with them and hope for whatever goes on in the front, or do you just pass them? But then if you do that, you're gonna waste more time than what you have to. But yet again, you don't want to break up the momentum that you guys have right here.
Definitely don't want to lose any momentum, break it up whatsoever. It says closing in on the 9 of Cameron Smith.
There they go. That's gonna hurt a little bit. That is absolutely going to hurt them.
Oh, yes, no doubt. You say a little bit. I'm going to say a whole lot, as a whole lot of disformination. That's a DW word if I ever heard one. But, I just can't get formed, really, into a good conventional line.
There's that bump by Campbell. He said, don't come up. He gave him a bump and then moved him back down, so just like that, they go to the outside and 5 laps to go. Oh, don't do that. There they go. There goes Josh.
Oh, this is the caution we've all been waiting for, Bob.
Yes, it is, and there goes Cameron.
Everybody back here getting racy for the final podium position. Really, kind of what they were racing for back here was who was to be on the final step of the podium, really, because Archibald and Bridgman had driven so far away. They had a 7.5-second lead, and they didn't want to see this. They wanted to try to settle it amongst themselves here, as passing lap traffic, this pack back here, just all this dirty air and everything, just, oh man.
Very unfortunate.
You come so far, you logged all this laps, and it just basically go wasting away to the wayside like this.
That's very unfortunate. I hate to see it for Cameron. Cameron was having a very good run, Will. As we watch again from Joe Stipe, looked like he got a very bad bump, which set him up the track. As you watch right here, so the 31 with that Toyota nose might have came, let's see, yes, sliding up a little bit, gave him a little bump, kind of upset it. I'm going to say kind of upset it a little bit right there. So you see he gave him, no, not there. Oh, right there. Right here is where he gave him that bump. But it kind of hit him in the rear a little bit, off-centered that. Joe was staying there. I don't know, Josh was trying to come down, but then Josh gets to the quarter of the 9, sends the 9 up in front of Tyler Myers, and that's what does that. So, very unfortunate circumstance there. I hate to see it. So, I do believe. Well, now. But so Sammy, Phillip, and Campbell stay out. And Brandon. Yes, John, very unfortunate. Poor Cameron got caught in the sucker hole there, and unfortunately that's what it was. But that was heading south pretty quick. David, yes, that was an ugly wreck by these guys. It's very unfortunate.
So the guys,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. My apologies as well. So the guys that's been kind of biding their time, been patient, just waiting for the opportunity to strike. You know, Christopher Campbell, Brandon Moore, Josh Smalls, those guys been riding in the back. This is their opportunity, their time to strike now. This is that caution they were so wanting or hoping to see.
Yeah, and they got it. Like I said, Will, when you come down to the nitty-gritty here, this is what happens. So, it was eventually coming, and then these drivers got to do a whole nother round tomorrow, Will. And that puts me behind the wheel tomorrow, too, so you get to call the awesome shots from up in the tower there with Chris. So, you get to see more excitement that goes on. So
yes, from wonderful Daytona.
Oh, yeah. And after that, it's all different tracks as they go. So you got Archibald, Bridgman, Campbell, Brandon Moore, Robert Amaral, Pearson, Bradford, Smalls, Sanchez, and Cameron. That's your top 10. Well, Jaden's back on the lead lap now, so that kind of helped him. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the nature of super speedway racing, John. Locking bumpers is, like I said before, bumps. Do the bumps. Locking bumpers ain't gonna get you there. So now, Will, this is the patience test from that 22. Since he got back on the lead lap, can he be patient enough, or
No, this is the second caution of the night. First green light checkered attempt of 3. So, as we saw in the truck race the other night, you just got to really basically see that white flag waving, and you're kind of home free for the most part. You got to make it back around safely, but other than that, you just got to see that white flag waving, and hopefully you don't see another yellow. So you just know, all right, I just got to make it back here to see the checkered. Everybody pretty much has a shot at this. I don't really know who doesn't. To be honest, it feels like anybody who's going to be restarting on the lead lap is within a chance to win this race once that pace car darts off this track. So,
And the pace car is off, Will.
dominant tandem of Philip Bridgman and Sammy Archibald up here, been up front majority of this race. Are they going to be able to settle it amongst themselves, or like we talked about, Brandon Moore or someone further back that has been just riding this whole entire race could possibly be waiting in the wings here?
Oh, Philip gets caught in the sucker hole, Will. Just like that.
Yes, he went up the track to try to catch the 3-car run that was coming.
And there
oh no!
Second attempt at it. So Austin said, "Man, I wanted to come back and finish the race, but I came back after I got the pedal sorted out and the engine blew." That's why anytime I sit in the pits, I turn the car off. So, very unfortunate. Yes, you will have a shot at it tomorrow. So, that's alright. Dave, I'm just going to ride tomorrow. That's going to be my plan. And, so, we'll go back and see what happened here, Will. I do believe JP got caught in the sucker hole, and it just caught him up there with Brandon Moore. Very unfortunate for Brandon. That's for sure. Oh, we gotta rewind that a little bit more. So as you see here, Will, 13 in the middle, trying to work with the 48. 88 and a 12 are on the outside. They get the momentum a bit. Oh, looks like, yeah, JP
just gets tight.
And
unfortunately walks it up ever so slightly, a half a lane into the 88 of Brandon Moore. And Jaden narrowly gets by. Yes, Josh kind of was committed to that high lane. He was innocent bystander in all this.
Whew. Now the problem sits, Will. Now you got that 22 machine back up to 5th place.
So that's pretty much all he needed, was just another chance, perhaps.
But now that also put Joe Stipewell back on the lead lap.
Yeah, that did. So we may lose a car or two, but we also gain a car or two as well in that exchange.
Yes, I agree with you. So with these cars, when you're caught in the middle and you're 3 wide, it is very difficult, because you're getting the air taken off of both sides. So you're going to push up, Dave. You're going to push up a bit going through the turn, because you're trying not to hit the guy on the inside lane that is down there working with P1 or P2, whoever it may be. So, and that's what JP was trying to do. Try not to interfere with the inside car and the outside lane car. It's just that when you are caught in the middle, you get tight and you're either going to slide up or hope for the best. And unfortunately, he didn't want to lift too much, because then that really would have stacked up the whole field. And from what I see here, Will, it looks like Campbell does have a little bit of nose damage, Will.
Yeah, he rear-ended the back of Archibald whenever Archibald went to slow up the pace car as they came to collect it.
So, Chris,
Don't know how bad that's going to affect that 38 machine. 68 in disguise, or however you'd like to call that.
Yeah. I don't know if Sammy's taking the outside or inside lane. We don't know yet. But I guess we'll find out. I do believe Sammy's going to take the inside lane, Will. Second attempt at a green-white checker, Will. Third cost another night, I would say pretty good.
Might see all 3 attempts made here this evening.
And these 3 laps can just take forever, too. And it feels like it doesn't, but boy, it can. It just feels like forever. You're like, all right, yes, now we're getting down to the end. All right. But, Will, as I said, tomorrow is the open setup side of things. So you got a custom setup. You bring it to the table and see what you got against the other drivers that are around you. So that's something new that we're doing. So we'll see how well that works. And just hopefully it brings you and Chris another great showing. And we'll go from there.
Yes, Brian, indeed. Can't wait to call tomorrow night's Cup race as well as the rest of the season. But first, got to get through with this one. Not quite in the books yet.
Right, so the pace car is off, Will. Sammy's going to lead this field back to green.
There you see a green flag back out in the air. How aggressive is the 22 of Jaden Sanchez going to be? He is back on the lead lap in the 3rd car in line in the bottom lane. That outside lane does not get going at all. Robert Amaro ditches it, puts it down in the bottom. So, Philip Bridgman trying to push Sammy Archibald out. Oh, no. Rock'em, sock'em, bock'em back here going on.
That is unfortunate.
Is the caution going to stay out?
Nope. They take the white flag.
White flag is out. Jaden gets by Philip. What's going to transpire now? Jaden trying to make his car wide, coming into turn 3 and 4 for the final time of asking. Bridgman trying to lurk back, get a run on the 21. Coming out of turn 4, Bridgman goes wide. Archibald runs up to try to block. Not going to be a successful block. Bridgman able to come around the outside and take the win here tonight.
Pretty good ending to the race. I thought Campbell was going to get it, but it'll be Bridgman, Archibald, Sanchez, Campbell, Bradford, Cameron, Joe, I think JP and Josh. Yes. So we'll wait for all of them to get on by there. Waiting for the results to pop up there. So Philip is going to win it here tonight, Will, as we see here. This is what I was waiting for. We'll rally the troops up and let's see what we got there.
And 4.
Caleb. It's alright, I guess we'll talk to Jaden. I'll let you do the honors here.
Who are we grabbing first?
What is Cody's story?
Jaden.
What is the story?
10-4.
Let The Rock make it clear. Your cousin Roman Reigns,
I
the
hear it.
Universal Champion, beat Cody's ass last
Yeah,
year at WrestleMania.
I'm watching it.
There you
He
go.
beat
Alright,
him.
call Jaden.
Cody lost the match, and now all of a sudden Cody wants a rematch? That's his.
Jaden,
What's up?
remarkable drive back to a podium finish for you, man. If you want to, tell us about that opening, start stanza if you want to. You don't have to. But overall, tell us about that. How determined you were. Like how exhausting it must have been mentally to try to put yourself in that right position, hoping, praying, needing that caution to come out late like it did, and that perfect timing struck. And you found yourself just one lap down. You got back on the lead lap. Another caution comes out, and bam! Like I said, tell us about that final restart as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so good race. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. The first couple of laps, that first opening lap, I actually didn't have my spotter turned on. So I ended up spinning off Phil, thinking I was clear, trying to follow the guys, and that kind of screwed me the rest of the race. And then on pit road, I had to serve a penalty because I hit the commitment cone by like centimeters, and that's what like screwed me. So then, for whatever reason, me and Sam actually were teammates, so we ended up working together and hooking up, and we were just like, all right, let's come up with a plan. Let's work together. If I can't win, obviously I'm gonna help Sam, my teammate, win the race, right? So we were working together, and yeah, we just, I don't know, it was good working together. And then I know Phil was racing us pretty hard there at the end. I mean, I get it. He was upset because me and Sam weren't doing anything else. We were just kind of helping each other. So me and Sam had a plan worked out, and it kind of worked out. I was trying to get to Sam's bumper at the end, trying to push him, but he kind of ran out of gas, and Philip, with an amazing side draft, got him. So that's how it is sometimes. I wasn't expecting to be on the podium. I was settling for 12th behind Sam, and we were going to try to get 1 and 2 teammates no matter what. So, but overall good day for the Penske cars. Just wish we had a little more. That final caution, we were praying, actually. Me and Sam were actually hoping it wouldn't come out because we cut our eyes. We didn't want Phil passing us or whatever, because we had it all set up, and we had that huge momentum. And I don't know what happened with Cameron and all of them, but they were just not getting things going, they said. And so we were like, all right, just stay like this. We're chilling. And, as teammates are, Sam tried helping me. I tried helping him. And, it worked out. But Just we were both one spot short. So, sorry, I'm stuttering. Overall, but like good points day. We'll come back tomorrow, hopefully for the setup side, and see if we can get a 1-2. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much.
Damn, look at that. You didn't even have to ask him anything else. Well, besides next week. But next week I'm not going to be here, so next week's Michigan. So there will be no broadcast next week. Unfortunately, I have to deal with personal things in life. So what's going to be your mindset and strategy going into Michigan?
Michigan. Well, Michigan's also kind of like a play track, honestly, in a way. That track's side drafting, heavy side drafting, easy to like turn someone if you're not careful, and easy to get shoved up into the wall. Okay, it gets real tight, but yeah, no. Mindset's always go out, be aggressive. Obviously, not wreck anyone. Just I don't know, try to get first, try to get the job done. Good points day. That's all that matters, really. I mean, my goal is to try to get in the playoffs right now, so. Right now it's looking that way, and we just got to keep this momentum up.
Any final thoughts, shout-outs, Jaden, or anything else you might like to add about tonight's race before we let you go celebrate tonight's podium finish?
Yeah, shout-outs to Sam. Me and him worked really well. I didn't actually think I had a shot there. I didn't think he had a shot there. Yeah, no, shout out to you guys. You guys are good. Amazing broadcast. Yeah, shout outs to Phil too. He played that strategy pretty well. I mean, other than me, other than him trying to wreck us earlier, but it's all good. It's racing. We'll move on, and yeah, we'll go at it next week at Michigan.
All right, buddy. Have a go.
You too.
Next up, Sammy. Sammy.
So,
How is it going, sir?
You ever gonna win one of these things?
I would have. The car ran out of gas. That's why Philip was able to pass
like a points
that.
paying win race, like Sam?
Maybe, like I said, the car was out of gas.
Man. At least you got second, though. Second.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. You didn't want to come up and, like, maybe he could have, like, Carl Edwards you, like, you could have been, like, his Ricky Stonehouse, he could have been your Carl Edwards, like...
Nah, I don't think it would have worked. Not
Do you
with...
think do you think he went out too early for that to happen?
Yeah, I definitely did. The car, by the time I realized it was sputtering, we were, 10 car lengths away from the start-finish line, so he was able to get that run, and then passed right by.
Man, it's gotta be so heartbreaking. Describe the emotion of how you're feeling. You led a good portion of that race, and then it just right there at the stripe coming to you, just got away from you, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna make it anyways, so I had my teammate helping me, which was really nice. But definitely started. I just didn't want to wreck the car. That's all that really mattered.
Well, next week is Michigan. We won't be here, unfortunately, but next week is Michigan in the fixed side of things. Here in the BNR series of league. What's your thoughts and all going into Michigan?
Michigan, it doesn't treat me well, so I'll have to get some practice there, but we'll see how it goes.
Any final thoughts, shout-outs, anything else you'd like to add, Sammy, before we let you go?
Shout out to the 22, great teammate. Definitely deserves a raise. I'll have to talk to Mr. Penske about that. But, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations on, just, I know that kind of sucks saying congratulations coming up short, but you almost got it here tonight, Jaden. Sammy. I'm tired. I've been awake since 2:30 this morning. Forgive me, Sammy. Yes, go get them next week at Michigan. Don't go into Michigan. Be like, don't look at it. Go into it as like a Debbie Downer. Maybe you could get a positive out of a negative. You never know.
Yeah, I'll take it. We led. I think I led like 70 laps that race, something like that.
You led a good portion of them. That's for sure.
So I'll take that, and we'll head into Michigan. Hopefully, get a win.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, best of luck to you next week, and going forward, and with the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Last but not least, Mr. Bridgman himself. The floor is yours, Will.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Fairly decent this evening. Didn't even really get into turn 3, and already calamity off the break. That's probably scary. A bunch of other thoughts probably, and then went a really long time and didn't really see a caution, and then all of a sudden got racy further back. They were just trying to run you guys down, never could, but then they started to settle it for third, final spot on the old podium there, and then just that's just how pack racing can be at times, and then used up almost all of the green white checkers there, if I'm not mistaken, so almost got to all 3 of them, but only used 2 into the overtime field. That final restart, man. Tell us about maybe that second to last restart, and then that final one. What was the thought process? We knew you were going to try to make a run at Sammy, try to get by him, and you made that move coming off of turn 4. Perfect time and place to do it here at Daytona, and just if he didn't run out when he did, you think it would have been a better photo finish?
That's what I was really hoping for, was the photo finish. Like, it was pretty hard trying to work against, like, teammates and, like, being a lone wolf out there. Like, I was doing the best I could. Like, obviously there's other Hendrick cars definitely probably would have worked with me throughout the race, like, if they were up there at the time, but it was an exciting finish, though. Like, I was trying to just stick with the teammates, and I was going to make a solid run on them, and just hopefully the side draft would pay off, but, like, a bit earlier, like, it was harder trying to, like, I don't know, I was trying to break them up in a way, but again, I felt like they were trying to get Jaden to be up there so he wasn't 2 laps down, and it was kind of hard to mess with.
Yeah, Jaden was kind of helping Archie, kind of lead for a little bit, and to where he was finally back 1 lap down instead of 2, like you talked about. It seemed like it was kind of difficult to do anything there against Archie whenever he was trying to help Jaden just be 1 lap down in case a caution came out, etc. But, talk about kind of you and Archie coming out of the pits like you did just in that tandem, and you had about 5.5 seconds lead on during that sequence of green flag pit stops. Were you guys like the only 2 to do that strategy? Like, was no one else in on it? Like,
I feel like Jaden might have been in on it as well. I don't know if anyone else jumped in on it. I don't know, when I got a massive gap on them, I felt like they were linking back up, and I felt like I was going to get caught in no time, and it was kind of like Saved by the Bell in a way.
Well, next week is Michigan, Phil, in the fixed side of things at least, on the Thursday. So what's like the thoughts and preparation going into Michigan?
I do really like Michigan. It's a great track. I feel like it's gotten tougher over the years. Now in the next gen cars and the high side being so dominant nowadays, I feel like it's going to be a lot tougher than it normally would be, but I do still love Michigan.
Yes, it's always been a fun track. Now, it really matter which package of car or era of car you take there. It's always fun racing, fun facility. So Michigan, looking forward to it next week. Unfortunately, won't be here, but still, nevertheless, competitors will be. So moving forward, best of luck to you, in the season and so forth, moving forward. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, anything else you'd like to add about tonight's race, Phil?
Oh yeah, overall I thought it was a solid race. Would have loved to see like a lot more pack racing going on throughout it, but it was still overall amazing. It was great, and obviously Leah, a solid backbone, just keeps me going. And Aerokinetics and Niagara Quick Dry. Gotta love them.
Indeed, sir. So, like I said, best of luck to you going forward. Michigan next week. You normally run pretty well at Michigan, so maybe back-to-back wins on the fixed side of things, perhaps, possibly. So, best of luck going forward, like I said, and congratulations on tonight's victory. Go celebrate it strong.
Appreciate it.
No problem, sir. You have yourself a good one, bub.
You too.
Anyway, Will, that will do it for.
That will.
Go ahead.
All right. Yes, indeed. That will conclude tonight's festivities here in the BNR Racing Network. Brought to you by the. What is it, Brian?
The BNR Racing Network.
No.
Oh, the Bearded Bear Customs shop by our own fellow colleague / racer, Mr. Christopher Campbell. I'll put the link in the description again. Go check him out on Etsy, TikTok. He does some awesome work, phenomenal work. So, like I said, he does all custom leather details on anything you want.
Let's go check him out. Links are in the comments down below. So we would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, supporting your favorite driver. Oh, what in the world? Tyler Ankrum did he get bumped or did his truck just say I'm done for the day? Anyway, sorry, my ADHD kicked in. Look a squirrel. But yes, thank you each and every one of you tuning in each and every time we bring you a broadcast, whether it be trucks, Xfinity, 87s, you name it. We love to bring you all the action we can. And like you said, me and Chris Kamari will be tomorrow night on the open side of things in the BNR Cup Series. Saturdays over there on the 1-5 Studio sides of things on the YouTube world. So until then, we would like to wish everybody a